Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. The Phyrexia All Will Be One standard set went into full release this past Friday. So here we have the data on all the pre-sales on TCG Player of the set boxes from Phyrexia. In total, 3,271 boxes at a total of $398,000 for an average of $121.67 per box. And of course, what can we talk about? So I just want to take us back 1 year to February 11th of 2022. That was the release date of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And of course, it was a very well-received set. The set boxes would be underprinted and they would go up to $140 before the second release wave came about 6 or 8 weeks later. They would only fall back down to about $125. And of course, the collector boxes. The collector boxes with the Hidetsugu Neon Parallel Chase cards. As soon as people got those in their hands, saw how good the cards looked, and started realizing just how rare the cards were, pulling those Hidetsugu cards from the collector boxes, the prices of the collector boxes just went nuts. They peaked up around $290 before the subsequent waves finally tamped down the market, and then the cruel summer of 2022 and the subsequent bear market. Now, why am I going back over all this old history? Well, because Kamigawa was a really well-selling set. And in fact, Hasbro, in their second quarter conference call in 2022, commented that Kamigawa had achieved revenue, top-line revenue of $100 million. It was such a big number for a standard set at the time. It had achieved top-line revenue of $100 million, and so it was a big enough deal that Hasbro pointed it out at the conference call. And of course, then after Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, we got Streets of New Capenna, which didn't perform quite as well during the pre-release period. You know, it was always going to be overshadowed by Baldur's Gate coming out, and everybody was very excited for another Commander Legends set. And then later on in 2022, we got Dominaria United, and eventually near the end of the year, we would get Brothers War. And so what we see from the set box pre-sale data of all four of those sets in their respective timelines is that they all sold about the same. But, you know, Kamigawa came first, and it was a big seller. And even Streets of New Capenna almost matched it. And then after the price increases over the summer in 2022, Dominaria United and Brothers War both managed to keep up. And we interestingly see that the demand for the number of boxes was pretty close between these four consecutive standard sets, and the total spend was pretty close, which brings us back around the calendar now to Phyrexia All Will Be One. And now it did relatively. And you see how much better it did than all those sets that kept that momentum from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty going. And now Phyrexia has, I don't want to use the words blown it out of the water, but it's a good 1/3 higher than the Kamigawa numbers. So they're doing really well. That's great to see. It's great to see that a standard product has sold this well during pre-release, and that green line for Phyrexia here for the total spend, it doesn't even get crossed. I mean, it takes off here at an earlier point, and it just stays above all the rest of the lines. It never had to fight to stay ahead during its respective pre-release time period. And that's great and all, but the one downside of this is that if you're an executive at WOTC or Hasbro, and you're looking at the numbers and you're thinking, what should we do about all these rowdy Magic the Gathering fans? Well, you're not going to do anything, because, you know, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty came out just about a year ago today, and it was an absolute barn burner financially, over $100 million in revenue. Since then, the three subsequent standard sets all kept up, and now the fourth standard set to come out after Kamigawa has absolutely blown it away. If you are WotC or Hasbro, you are patting yourself on the back for the good job you are doing, because no matter what people may be saying, they're stretching their wallets open further than ever to buy these products. So I hope you enjoy these numbers. I hope you enjoy the data that I can bring you with them. If this provides at least $4 of value to you a month, consider joining the Patreon. Otherwise, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.